Hey YouTubers, wanted to share something with you that took me quite a while to figure out. I have the Senco Framepro 325 XP. I've been a big fan of Senco for, wow, half a century. Just love Senco products. But I ran into something with this one, which you may find interesting. The trigger mechanism, let me turn on the light here, in case I need that for you. Okay, so the trigger mechanism, you got this red guy right here, and because when I bought it, it was discontinued at, I'm going to say it was Lowe's, because that's, yeah, it was Lowe's. And they don't even carry Senco products anymore. But this thing has some cool features to it. It's got a button right here that you push down on this little thing, which I think is really poorly designed because it's like very, very small and you have to push hard. But anyway, you push it up or down to determine whether you're getting 1, 2, or 3 nails per trigger squeeze. And then the second thing is you can determine the depth of the nail, how deep it's going to be driven in, by rotating this little guy here. All right, but that's beside the point. What happened was the pin that holds the trigger in place. Let me see if I can get a good background here. This little pin right here is held in place by a freaking O-ring that goes over the end of the dadgum thing, and it goes through. You've got 2 of them. One holds the trigger in place, and then one holds another piece in place. And I'll show you here on the blow up. This piece right here, you can see it has 2 pins running through it. One of them is actually there for the trigger. And let me see if I can get this to the point where it shows us the trigger. Here's the trigger mechanism right here. And it's got a little spring. You can't see it on this, but there's a spring right here that is the pushback. I mean, it's real simple. But what happened was that as I was working, the dadgum thing stopped nailing. And I'm thinking, oh, dadgummit, we've got an O-ring problem, or maybe I over-oiled it or something. And so anyway, it's been the better part of a year that I haven't been able to use the darn thing. And I've looked online and looked online and looked online, and this little pin that I showed you, this little guy right here, if I can get it in a picture, depending on where you buy it, a pair, you're going to need 2 of them if they fall out. Dadgum things are $12 for 2 of them. And Senco, and this is the part that really makes me sad, is that Senco, whom I told you I'm a very big fan of, Senco doesn't sell parts directly. You have to find a supplier. Now, if you live up in the north, where Senco is based, there's like 1,000 repair shops, and so maybe it'll be easier to find. But down here in Texas, there's one place in San Antonio that used to do all of my tool repairs, and they said, no, we stopped working on Senco because parts were so hard to get. So here's what I did. It was a challenge to get it put back together, but I just took, I'll turn this around here, you can see I've got some roughly 8 penny nails loaded here. It is a clipped head, and it's a 30 to 34 degree angle. Let me turn this out. This is probably not going to work. Okay, I'm not going to mess with it. Anyway, a 30 to 34 degree clipped head, paper tape nails. Now, I mean, I love this machine. I absolutely love this machine. The Framepro 325 XP. But here's what I did. I took 2 of those nails, cleaned them up, shoved them through here very meticulously. Here you can see that little spring I was talking about. Put it back together, and I haven't done anything more than this yet. Just bent the ends over so the dadgum things don't fall out. I'll have to figure out something permanent here. I don't want to be, since I'm left-handed, this is on the side where I would be sticking my hand in all the time to pull the trigger. So I need to get those fixed. I'll probably just cut them shorter and blunt the ends so that the rascals never fall out again. But anyway, like I said, it's been sitting unused for almost a year, and I thought that it was a problem down inside here where, you know, the O-ring had gotten bad, which seemed kind of strange to me because it doesn't have that much usage on it. even though I did buy it several years ago. Um, and that's it. I just wanted to share that because I could not find anything anywhere. And I'm not going to tell you it was easy to do, but it didn't take very long as you've got good light, and all the parts are there. So what's conceivable, I guess you could lose the trigger. You could lose the trigger, and if you buy the trigger mechanism, that if you can find it, that puppy's like $55, and I think it does come with both of the pins. But my suggestion to you, if you have this thing, is be proactive. Remove, or maybe use some Loctite or something, but I was going to say remove the pins and replace them with nails like this or something. Just be careful when you take it apart. This piece under here really doesn't come out. It never came loose. It's held in place by this piece, which goes all the way down here. So it just took me a little. The hardest part was just figuring it out, because there is no help until now. There's not been anything on YouTube that I could find. So I apologize. This is running way long. I may re-record, but I'm going to go ahead and upload it for anyone else who has this kind of problem with at least this particular nailer. I don't know whether other Senco nailers have the same assembly process or same mechanisms or not. I would suspect they do, because it's actually a pretty good working process. It's just that those pins are horrible. It's a very, very bad idea to put pins in a tool that's going to be undergoing so much work, so much stress, so much potential stress, and hold the most important pieces on the machine in place with little O-rings. Just stupid. Just stupid. Bad design process. But that's it for me. Y'all take care.